Hey, let's talk about getting ripped. Woo! What up, guys? We're gonna be talking about getting ripped, staying ripped. Got me and my boy Johnny here.
What's up, y'all? I'm Johnny.
Johnny, man, let's start off, man. So we wrote out a few different things to talk about. So we want to share some of the ideas that we have. First thing I want to dive into that you wrote down was on discipline.
Yes.
So, what do you think is the biggest thing on discipline for these guys, man? Like, you think it's a discipline on why they're not getting ripped, or?
Yeah, discipline plays a huge role in definitely in getting ripped, staying ripped, as well as it plays a huge role in accomplishing anything in life. But a lot of people will think they're disciplined when in all reality they're not, or they slip up a little bit here and there. And you know, that's fine. Everybody's got, you know, good days and bad days, but certain things in life, being ripped and staying ripped, takes an extreme amount of discipline. So that's kind of why I mentioned that.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to, I guess, dive into that. Certain things you can do that'll help you stay disciplined, to help you keep that super ripped body that everybody wants year round. Because it can happen. It's possible. I mean, it can be done.
Hey, John, let me ask you a question.
Sure.
So people are watching, they're like, man, well, the guy's jacked, so obviously he's disciplined, but were you always disciplined?
Yes and no. There's, I guess, two types of discipline. Yeah, I've always been disciplined where being younger, I did my schoolwork.
Yeah.
You know, I respected my parents. I never talked back to them. And sports was, Little League sports was really where I learned discipline.
Yeah.
And then you get to, working out discipline and goal discipline. Like, my goals as far as, competitive bodybuilding and training for Division I sports or not. That's a whole nother level of discipline that I developed over time. That's not something I was just like, well, let's do it.
But you were always disciplined to like work out though, right?
But there was always some discipline there to take care of the body and to take care of the mind and to work out. I will say that. There's always been a little bit of discipline in there. But once you want to propel yourself to the next level, you got to lock down. You got to be disciplined like a drill sergeant.
Right.
And it's as simple as that. Now, I'm not saying that you have to live like a robot. I still live a great life. I still, on the weekends, I still have a cheat meal. I'll eat 3,000 calories in one meal on that cheat meal.
I know.
But he's been there with me. But for the other 99% of that week, I stick to it, and I don't screw around. And that's how, at least for me, that's what's worked, and that's how I've gotten the results I've been able to get.
Man, for me, like, it's funny how you said, like, working out has never really been like a challenge as far as being disciplined to do so.
Right.
For me, it's really been about the same thing. And I think, I don't know about for you, but for me, when it comes to working out, the reason why I was disciplined was I had this burning desire to be big, to have muscles, and when I didn't work out, it wasn't just, oh, I missed a workout. It was like, oh crap, I'm gonna be small, and I had like this big fear of being small, this fear of like not having muscles, not having arms and chest, and it just...
Bigorexia.
Bigorexia.
Bigorexia. And that's funny.
Bigorexia.
It's funny you say that because I had that. I would get those feelings. I still get those feelings all the time.
Yeah.
You miss one workout, or you go through your routine for the week. Oh shit! I forgot to hit arms.
Yep.
And you feel like you've regressed. And that's okay. You might be like, I don't know if I want to feel like that. That's okay to feel like that. That's just part of the whole discipline game. And then you're going to get your ass in there, and you're going to accomplish what you missed.
Man, I think a lot of the reasons why we're so disciplined is because we have that type of drive, like that type of fear. Like for example, like a lot of guys, if they skip a workout, what do they think in their minds, right? They're probably like, well, I skipped a workout. No problem. I'll work out tomorrow. I haven't lost anything.
Right.
But I know for me, if I didn't work out on my arms this week, I'm like, oh crap, my arm's getting smaller.
Yeah.
I'm losing something. It's not just, oh, it's no big deal. It's just a workout. No, it's I lost something every time. If I didn't hit legs, because I didn't hit legs for the longest time. I hate hitting legs. And then now it's like, if I don't hit legs, oh crap, my whole half of my body is getting smaller. And every single hour that I didn't go and hit legs and make up for it, I'm just shrinking.
Absolutely.
It's just like this mind game.
It's a mental thing, but it's a good mental mind game, if you ask me. And from what I'm taking from what you're saying, it's absolutely helped you as well.
Yeah, sometimes I think it's necessary to feel like you're gonna lose something if you don't go and do it. Because if not, what's gonna drive you?
You're definitely, let's put it this way, you might lose something, but you're definitely not progressing whenever you skip those workouts, or when you skip that meal, or when you cheat, or whatever it may be. You got to be a hard worker, and you got to be disciplined, and you really got to want to achieve your goals.
With discipline, besides like the drive, the other parts that make it easier for me was really just structuring in like my daily routine to make it easy.
That really helps when you have a structured plan. When you go through each week knowing, or at least having an idea of what you want to accomplish. Whether, well, this week, I want to hit back twice this week because I want to get some wide lats, and I'm eating 2,500 calories a day, and I need to stick to that. You know what you're doing for that week, and then you just go do it. I mean, it's simple as that. And then when you get to the next week, you might want to set a different goal or have a different plan in mind. Well, maybe this week, I really want to be super shredded, so I'm going to do some high intensity interval training.
Yeah. And
then you pick 2 or 3 days, you set that schedule, you set your meals, and you just go do it.
Have you ever? What's the hardest thing for you when it comes to discipline? Like what's your kryptonite? What messes you up?
Red velvet. And I've talked about this a couple times. Temptation.
Yeah.
And that's generally with food. So the big thing with me is out of sight, out of mind. When I start prepping for a contest, or I set my goals or whatever, if it doesn't coincide with my plan, my nutrition, or my workout, it's not coming in my house. And if there's certain things that are in there already, I'll either get rid of them, I'll donate them to the homeless, I'll give them to friends and family, whether they're frozen wings or cupcakes or whatever, but I just get it out of the house. Because even the most disciplined, like me, the most strong, the strong physically, like you, the strongest people, everybody has a weak moment.
Yeah.
It might be that Sunday afternoon where you're like, oh man, what a rough week. I did some great workouts this week. I don't think that pint of ice cream is really going to matter. I'm just going to eat it. But that pint of ice cream is about 1,500 calories. So 1,500 calories, that's almost an entire day's worth of nutrition. So you literally just set yourself back in at least an entire day. So
psychologically, I told myself, don't buy the pints or the half gallons because they're so massive. So I ended up buying skinny cows. But you know what I ended up doing?
You eat 10 of them.
Nah, more like 3 or 4.
3 or 4 of them?
at a time. At a time.
And of course, smaller servings. So
it's like the first one, that doesn't even, barely makes a dent, right? The second one, it's like, I feel a little bit, but I can probably put down one more.
Well, just one more. It's not going to hurt.
Yeah.
No, it does. It adds up. It all adds up. That's the biggest thing I can tell you is it all adds up.
Funny story. So this was probably maybe a few months back.
Sure.
I think I was storming outside and my electricity went out. So I had like 3 boxes of Skinny Cow ice creams in my freezer. So usually, I'm pretty disciplined. If I'm gonna eat it, I'm gonna eat it once in a while. I'm gonna try to eat it after like a leg day or something, try to carb up.
Yeah.
But I'm like, oh crap, they're all melting, So I should at least eat like 1 or 2.
Gotta get rid of them. Can't let them melt.
Holy crap! You know how much easier it is when it's soft. Yeah. Because it just like kind of melts in your mouth.
See, and that's great. I'm glad you told that story because that's exactly like the point I'm making is like that was his, and mentally and subconsciously he's not trying to, but he's like, well, I can't waste it. Well, I got to eat it. That's the kryptonite, or that's where your fault is. So get it out, and it's not going to happen. That's the biggest.
I think that's the key. Like I agree with you 100% on that.
Yeah.
Whatever is in your kitchen, you're going to eat it at some point or another. There's only 2 things that's going to happen when it's in your kitchen. Either you're going to eat it, or it's going to go bad because it's way over the expiration date. And the funny thing is, all the stuff that you're not supposed to eat, those things last forever.
Oh, they do. They do. Well, that's because of all the preservatives, all the sodium, all the additives. And you're right, they last forever. And that's the stuff you don't want.
And like veggies in there, it's like week and a half later, you got to throw that thing out.
Exactly.
But what else stays in there? The freaking salsa, the freaking juices and ice creams and pastries, all that stuff.
Sodas, energy drinks, candy, frozen pizzas.
Oh, frozen pizza.
Usually look at the nutrition label on a frozen pizza if you haven't checked one out in a while. And also check the serving size, because usually they'll slip it in there. Yeah. Oh, well, it's only 300 calories for like 1 slice out of like 12. So just keep that in mind.
Red Baron pizza.
Oh, those are so good, but so bad for you. Well, let me ask you something. So when you started working out and you wanted to gain the size, what were some things that you kept in your house all the time that you were cool with keeping in your pantry and your fridge? And
man, I remember for me, I kept a lot of chicken in my house. Just a lot of, it was, so I've never really been like a super fancy eater, but that doesn't mean I don't eat bad. Oh man, I go nuts.
Yeah,
this is how I used to eat, like seriously, right? So back in the day, Walmart, they had leg quarters for sale, 25 cents a pound.
Stock up.
10-pound bags, 25 cents a pound. It wasn't even a sale. That was like the standard price. So this was when I was about 17. So I'm about 32 now. So it's been what, like 20 years? Oh, not 20. Like almost 15. And so I remember, you know, 17. I'm still in high school and stuff, so I didn't have any money. So $2.50 for a 10-pound bag. I used to buy like 5 to 10 bags at a time. It sounds like a lot, but 10 bags, it's like 25 plus tax, under 30 bucks. You got,
and you had protein
100 pounds
for days. And the other good thing was, whenever you were hungry and you wanted to go snack on something, what'd you snack on? Lean protein, lean chicken. You didn't go to the cupboard and eat pretzels or chips or something. You went straight for what you had, what was there, and that's the chicken. And now look at you.
You know, the funny thing is, I used to do this. This is crazy. You know, now I think about it. So I wouldn't have that much stuff in my house. You know, it'd be like chicken and, you know, you have like rice and a couple of knick-knack stuff in the pantry. But it didn't mean that I didn't have the craving. So I would eat my meals, right? And then I would leave. And then 40 minutes later, I would come back in the kitchen, open up the fridge, look at it. Nah, nothing I want. Look at the freezer, nothing I want. Look at the pantry, there's nothing I want. Then I leave. 30 minutes later, I come back in the kitchen and I do the same thing.
Same food still there.
Same thing.
Same food.
It's like, so looking back, I realized what I'm thinking in my head, it doesn't make any sense to think about it, but I was thinking, what's gonna like jump out at me that I would feel like eating that's different than 30 minutes ago?
Exactly.
Because, and to think about it, man, if I had like bad food in my house, I would have just been eating it every single time I go in there because, but luckily because I didn't keep any bad food in there, I had good food and okay food that's still good, but you know, it's not as good as the super clean food that I usually eat, but, and so I never really wanted to eat it, you know, much, but it's only because I didn't keep the bad food. And then I used to cheat every single Sunday. You know, like magazines, they talk about cheat days or cheat meals. I took it literally. I don't know, like now I think about it.
Cheat day, people turn into cheat days.
Where did cheat days come from? You know,
like, so that's the first thing is with a cheat meal, and I do. I mean, we get one when I'm a contest prep all the way up until like 3 weeks before the show. We get a cheat meal, not a day.
Where did days come
cheat
from,
meal?
Man?
Yeah, right. So the big thing is you got to earn that cheat meal. So if you're going through the week and you have a little something here. Then get the Thursday, I might just have a Pop-Tart. And then you get the Saturday, your cheat meal day. Well, it's cheat meal day. Well, let's back the truck up a second. You already cheated, bro. You don't get a cheat meal. You don't get, this is...
There's probably people going, what? Did you say Pop-Tarts are cheat meals? They're probably like, oh, maybe I should put this down right now.
Yeah, put it down. So,
Pop-Tarts.
Earn the cheat meal. That's what I earn it. When you stick to your plan throughout the week, and then you get to go indulge yourself, satisfy your cravings, you will feel so much better at the end of that because you earned it. You didn't slip up a little bit here, slip up a little bit there, and then just go eat another shitty meal just because you could. You earned it. So that'll really help you guys out along the way.
Yeah, and I can't emphasize more. I really don't know where cheat days come from. But now to think about it, you know, I was thinking cheat days for like the longest time until I started researching more on dieting. And that's why it was so hard for me to get lean before, because I would have like one full day.
A whole day.
And rack it up.
So a cheat meal is intended to satisfy your cravings. Obviously, that's the big thing. So mentally, it's a huge advantage. But it's also to prevent your body from getting used to the diet. Because the body's a complex machine. It's going to get used to the most extreme diets. I mean, even the most well-structured ones, eventually it's going to get used to operating as efficiently as possible on the calories that you're intaking. So what a cheat meal does is it literally shocks the system. It's going to spike your insulin levels, it's going to spike your glycogen levels, and it's going to turn your metabolism into overdrive because all week you've been eating this real structured diet, staying clean, and then your body's like, holy shit, donuts? Red velvet? Well, fuck yeah. But it's just supposed to be a meal. It's not supposed to be an entire day. When you go and turn it into an entire day and you consume 8,000 calories, you literally set yourself back 2 weeks. It's supposed to be a 1 meal thing. Keep it under 2 hours. I mean, so go get what you want, satisfy your cravings.
2 hours of cheap meal time?
Cheap meal, just one individual meal. And that's if you
Somebody's going to be like, I got 2 hours right now to clean house.
Yeah.
Man. Let me see how much food
that doesn't mean you
2 hours.
go in the grocery store, oh shit, like supermarket sweep, the old game show.
Hit up a buffet for 2 hours.
So
man.
that's 2 hours. You have 2 hours to get your ass to the restaurant, sit down, order your appetizer, your salad, your meal, and your dessert. You got 2 hours. That's it.
So what do you consider to be like earning it?
Earning it is, again, it's very simple, straightforward. Sticking to your plan. Earning it by not going off your diet. Earning it by getting your ass to the gym, doing the workouts you intended to do. If you're on a cardio program, getting that cardio done, whether it's in high intensity interval training or whether it's on a treadmill or whether you're just going outside for a walk. If you have a plan on doing these certain workouts and eating these specific meals and you go through the week and do it, that's what I consider earning that cheat meal.
What happens if they skip a workout?
Skip a workout, you know.
Did they earn it? Let's say they were supposed to work out 5 days and they worked out 4 days.
Now that's kind of a touchy situation because why did they? For what reason did they miss the workout? Just tired?
Yeah, no. The game was on.
Oh, the game was on.
Yeah. What can you do? You know.
The game was on. You know that's an excuse to me. And I mean, it's like. Well, if you stayed on the diet is the most important thing. When I say earn your cheat meal, stay on the damn diet. Missing a workout, that's not good, especially for, the game was on. Go get your damn workout in. Who doesn't have a DVR these days? So if you miss a workout, I mean, yeah, that's okay. Or if your body's telling you you're tired, well, that's fine. But the big thing is with the meals. Don't be screwing around, eating off your meal plan, and then like, that's, Saturday I get my cheat meal. No, you don't. You already cheated. So it's as easy as that.
That's a good way of putting it.
So missing a workout, it's you don't want to. It's just the reasoning to me is hard for me to understand. It's like, well, the game's on. Well, if your body's telling you you're tired, if you're super sore, if you had a crazy delt workout, you're like, man, I think I might just be spinning my wheels if I go in the gym. Let's just take the day off. Totally, absolutely, but just I don't know if I'm gonna go today. Yeah, you didn't earn shit.